Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is Blake Caesar INC, and you are watching the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, ladies?
Hi.
How's everything, man?
Everything is good.
That's what's up.
How about you?
I'm chilling, man. You know, tired, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no excuse, right? How was your 2 weeks?
It was good. It's starting to get cold.
Yeah, man. I think it got cold in the north quick this time. Didn't it? Like it wasn't like times before. Like, you know how like it gradually got cold in the north. It kind of like it got so cold fast. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the storms and other places. That's why.
So how was your 2 weeks, Sue? What's going on?
Wow, very eventful for me. I've been on the move, literally.
Right. How so? How so? Tell us what's up.
Well, finally, I got the new place. Finally. So here we are.
Now, for people that's looking for places, how long did it take you to find this particular place?
I searched for 2 months, boy. 2 months to find this.
And when you found this place, you liked every nick and cranny of it, right?
Well, to be honest with you, I saw a lot of terrible horror stories out there, let me tell you. Like, they have some serious trash for like almost $2,000. It's crazy. And I just found this one at a reasonable price compared to everything else, so I took it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm reminiscing. I'm over here getting teary-eyed just thinking about how hard it was, bro. Like, the process was so stressful. I saw so many places, and it was like I really was starting to lose hope. I was like, yo, New York City is just so bad. But then God blessed me, bro, and I found something that was reasonable.
Christine, did we ask you how your 2 weeks were?
Yes, you did.
By the way, I think I got to tell everybody that the reason why we are coming virtually for this episode is because, you know, obviously the COVID-19 numbers have went up in the state of New York. And we're doing this like this mainly because we don't really know what the hell is going on. I mean, we do, but, you know, we haven't seen like the peak of what exactly is going on presently. So for everybody that's watching, wear your mask. You know what I mean? We got things to get to out here, man, and they just really holding everything up. So yeah, man. Yo, so this week we got a bunch of topics that I think is very insightful. Because instead of giving the news this week, what's the girl's name? Jeannie Mai actually made the news by her comment on the reel. Shout out to the reel. Jeannie
We love the real.
Huh?
We
Yeah.
love the real.
Yeah. Now Jeannie Mai is going with Jeezy. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows the backstory on how they got together. Right. So Jeannie Mai actually made a statement that went viral all over the internet, and people kind of lost their minds. And she made a comment, and it says, Jeannie Mai said something to the effect of, Jeannie Mai wants to be submissive in a marriage to Jeezy. She said it's she said that she thinks she doesn't mind being submissive and letting, that's not a quote, but that's basically what she said. She doesn't mind letting the man lead her. Now, as ladies that's gurus, I gotta ask y'all opinion on that.
Well, my opinion, I can only be submissive is very, I can't say negative, because only white women and Chinese women is the main submissive one. When it comes down to black women, I guess men feel like, oh, she doesn't cook for me, she doesn't do this. I always try to tell her, like, we are not on your begging call all the time. So, white women is used to that. What you need, honey? Do you need this? Can wait, like, can you? I'm not like that. Like, only if you're special, okay, a little bit, but not as much as you think. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Sue, what do you think? Now, let me also say that she also said the word. She said the word lead also in there. So not only
She
did
wants, yeah,
not
she
only
wants him to lead.
right. What do you think, Sue?
Yeah, I mean, men are called to be leaders,
Mm-hmm.
and we are called to be good followers to them, for sure, as women, for sure. And
You
so,
know,
I agree to that, as long as you're a leader for real, not a leader as a follower following some other shit other than God's calling.
but sometimes I think to be a good leader, one has to know how to follow too, right? And I think Jeannie Mai was kind of hitting on him. She knew that was gonna go viral, right? She knows
Yeah.
she's a news person. She knows she's a personality. She knows she has the platform. What she said went viral, and I think she did that in a way to kind of. I mean, we don't know what's going on between Jeezy and her. Let's just put that out there. But I do think she's I think she came from a smart standpoint. She strikes me as a person who will uh, be smart about the things she approaches. Like, for example, I know if you look at Jeezy, right? Jeezy is a boss. He is somebody that's actually paying his staff. He's somebody who obviously got his thing together. Can anybody say that when Jeezy heard that comment that he didn't really grin or he didn't have like a little bit of
Chip on his shoulder?
yeah. He got a little amped up when he heard that. Does anybody
Any man
disagree
would,
with-
and that's the whole thing about being feminine and about using that feminine energy to do that to a guy, to make
That's
him,
exactly what she did. I think she did. I think she knew what it is. And I think she knows how to keep her man, I'm not
There
saying
was a video. It's so funny that you say that because I actually did see a video that she was saying how much he likes cucumber salad, and she was doing a tutorial on how she cooks the cucumber for her man. Like, that's the look, a guy, I want him to know I buy myself flowers because I like flowers, I like roses. But that's just cultivating that expectations of like me knowing that I always want flowers. So if a dude comes in and he sees that, okay, she always has fresh flowers, I expect him to pick up on that and actually take that on as something that, becomes part of his routine. Now me, trust me, I'm going to be looking for things that I could do for him also. That's how it's supposed to be organic, where you're supposed to do things for your significant other. Like,
that's right.
we're like really mean nowadays. We get into relationships and we're really mean to each other. Like, not, that's just the way that I'm seeing a lot of people, that they just fight with each other. It's like, what? I thought you guys were a team.
Christine, you disagree or
I agree on that part. Yeah. And so, and now that what's going on right now, like, I see a lot of couples that are arguing with each other, really don't like each other right now, or be like, okay, why did I marry this person again? We just roommates now, and it doesn't make sense. But you should have found that out like way before the situation even got there. Like, oh, now you're sitting in each other's face, and just realize y'all don't have anything in common. You have to have that, like she said, really communicate have fun with each other. It should be organic enough to the point where if y'all love each other that much, show it. Do whatever you want to do in that relationship. Sit there and if you want to buy him something, go buy him something. If you feel like he needs something, it's just the little things. And that's what makes it special.
I like to say from a man's perspective, Jeannie Mai, I got to give a shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I think you really, really, really know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
What do you think? I mean, you're the man. Would you agree with her?
I absolutely.
You want a shorty that's like, oh, daddy.
well, look, I absolutely agree with her position, and I think I agree with her angle, because I think every couple should be trying to do and say things and have a action towards keeping their relationship alive for the next day. And I think what she's doing is she's looking around and finding different ways and different things that's going to keep her man motivated, keep her motivated. And I think the only way to survive in a relationship is to look forward. Moving on to the next topic, there's something that was on social media for the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna show it up here on the screen real quick, as people could see. And obviously, it says, "Stop promoting homosexuality to our children." And that's actually been on it's actually been on Facebook for a while. And the question is, do you think society is promoting homosexuality to our children?
I think a little bit.
And how so? Like,
between movies, TV shows, cartoon shows, it's starting to affect them a little bit. Back then, and back in the 90s or 80s, 70s, you really didn't see it too much.
Right.
It was like only a little tiny bit, and they were still in the closet. Now it's wide open, like anybody's like, you can be gay, bisexual, trans, like all of them came out the woodwork. So, and they showed it a lot on TV, movies, and kids movies, and their cartoon shows. It's too much. Like, you can calm it down for a little bit. Like, we know that you're gay and you are bisexual and all that, but we don't need our baby seeing that and being like, okay, I like boys now.
Yeah, like, Sue, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's funny, I'm wearing the colors today. Yeah, but I felt like that a while ago because, I was living in Florida for a while. So when I moved back to New York and I was here like that first summer, the parade, like so much, like it was, to me, it was a little disturbing for me to see like a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old walking with like the colors, like, they put it on their clothes type thing. Like they buy these clothes with like the rainbow. And it's like if a kid was to ask, Mom, what does that flag mean? What does that rainbow flag mean? What are we supposed to say? So I don't know. It is exposed. And I understand that it's to give like, a place for the people that are gay, because we also believe that the same way that, okay, we get it. And I felt the same way, like you, Christine, like, okay, we get it, like you're gay, like and it's okay, like we're okay with it.
Yeah.
But now it's more like we're okay with it, but then we're also like promoting it.
Yeah.
So
it's like where's the line?
At the end of the day, people can promote, I guess, whatever they feel like they think they should need to promote. But I will say that, promoting for men being a man, you can't promote it enough, because I feel
there
like
aren't enough great examples either. That's another thing. It's like,
that's what I mean. Like, I feel like, men are especially, men. A lot of men have to be taught how to be men. A lot of boys have to be taught how to be men. When they see it at home, when they see it, through their uncles, brothers, what have you, and they see a man taking the bull by the horn, if you will, it shows them how to do that, and and again, people can promote what they want to promote, but for the people that's promoting being a man, I really think there's a place for that, and they can't promote it enough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, there's families, going through a lot of different things, and in order to be you have to get your family from one space to another. And sometimes you can't do that if you don't know how to be a man and how to leverage certain situations in order for your family to see a better day.
Hey guys, hey my lady guru. I'm shooting today. I'm at Joshua Tree Indian Cove in California. Pretty much we're shooting a sunrise shoot. I'm so excited and it looks so good. I'm so excited for this shoot today. It's so awesome. We're with Adelina Fashion. Awesome photographer. Yes.
So what I'm saying is that even at my age, and I'm gonna put again because I'm transparent out here, I didn't know that I could squirt. I didn't know that I could do that until very recently. Okay. So what I'm saying is that that's what the video is about, and I'm sorry because your comment, what you're saying, not that what you're saying is wrong because it's your opinion and you're entitled to it. But I'm just like I want this because we have this platform to say that that's what the video is about, and that this woman, and I want to liberate a lot of women to know that you can also squirt like Cardi B is talking about, because that's what she's talking about. And there's no other song that's talking about this. I've never heard another song that talks about a woman squirting. And a lot of women don't even know that they can do it. A lot of women don't come when they have sex either. And that's a problem.
But that's something that
people think that is not real, and it's a real problem.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sexually frustrated females out there. There's a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing out there also.
Wow.
So this might touch a few nerves, but I have to say it because
you're really gonna take it.
What I gotta say. What I gotta say about that.
My response to what you just said.
And we are back with the Lady Guru Show, and we have an interesting topic again. The topic is, let me read this right, because I don't want anybody. I want to read it correctly. It says, "Is it okay for a woman to initiate first-time sex with a man first, without being looked at like a jump-off?" What's up with that? What do you ladies think?
Well, it's okay.
Right. It's okay, but why is it okay?
Well, what I think is that, it is okay, as long as she's an adult over the age of the legal age of consent, and she's doing it with somebody else that is of legal age, and
Right.
he's consenting, Now, what they say about her being a jump off is she can't control what they say about her, but she can control her actions. And, like I said, as long as there's two willing individuals, it's legal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What do you think, Christine?
Me? Well, depends on the person. I'm very picky of who I come on to. Like now, if I feel the energy, the vibe is right, and the great conversation, and just the night is going great, then yes, I touch you first, and most of my time is touching them on their knee, leg, and then it is what it is after that. Like, so to me, I'm just picky. That's just me. That's my opinion. I just tell people just be picky a little bit of who you're doing it with, because like she said, you can't control what they say, but because they feel like, okay, she's a jump off because she came on to me and everything. And I'm like, that's not the case. It's just I was just sexually attracted to you. And I thought you was hot for that night. So,
let me ask you a question. If the girl did make the first move the first time, does she feel like the second time he should make the first move?
yeah.
A little bit. It's expected. Usually that's how it goes.
And what if he doesn't? Does that?
You have to be okay. That's the game. You gotta be high. Like,
now, does
it
that
never happens, because. But it could happen. I'm sure it could happen. I'm sure it's happened.
It probably has happened. Now, and the reason why I say that is because let's be real. There's a lot of dudes out there who perhaps don't have the type of confidence that and the reason why I say that is because you hear a lot of hip hop music out right now. And a lot of times you turn it on the radio and all you hear on the radio is how a girl broke their heart, or how they're popping pills because they can't handle the stress, or something like that regarding. And so if the man doesn't make that move the second time, are you looking at the man a certain kind of way?
Yes. Yes, I'm looking at you a certain type of way. I'm like, I'm not sexy to come on too. Like, come on, God, nah.
Sue, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think that you just get different vibes. Sometimes people don't call you back right away, but they usually always call. They usually. I don't know, bro. I am special. I make people feel special also, so they want to keep feeling special. So
right.
they keep, for me,
Yeah.
The only time that happens is usually when they have some kind of issues. That's usually, in my experience, what's happened. Sometimes, this is when I was younger, because I used to go for different kind of guys, and I used to think that I was a problem, but now I see that it wasn't even me, it was them. So sometimes you have to look at that too, like, oh, they didn't call me. Maybe they had a little, and then they know that I know now, so now they're embarrassed, and they don't want to, call again. Like, they don't want you to face them. So some guys hide.
That's exactly what I'm getting to here, because in hip hop, especially older school hip hop, everybody was kind of like a live wire, if you will. Like, it was the streets out here. Everything was real. Everything was raw. But now, as time goes on, you see that, you see a lot of male insecurities out there. And not only do you see them, but they're showing up in so many obvious ways. And it does go back to, being a man and promoting, how to be a man and stuff like that. So in other words, what I'm asking is there room for you to allow a man to grow into making the first move first? Because let's say he doesn't make the first move first. I mean, the first move a second time. And you looking at him weird. So what if he doesn't make the next move the third time?
Listen, honestly, the way it works is really, honestly, the way that the game is set up right now is set up for the guy to make the first move. Honestly, ladies. This is Lady Guru Pro Trip over here. Make a special section out of this one.
Right.
The game is set up for the guy to be the approacher. They're set up to be the chasers. We're supposed to sit here and look pretty, right? That's just the way it is. So honestly, wait. If there's an attraction, he will do it. If he's available and he's single, he will be the approacher. Okay, so Usually, if you have to reach out to him and it happens, ladies, honestly, more than likely it's gonna be that one night thing. Usually, guys, if they want you, they go after you. If they do it, if you have to make the first move, know that it's just for that night, that you have him for that night, that you were able to seduce him for that night. If he gets attached, then wait, gloria a Dios, hallelujah, great thing. You know what I mean? But really, so that doesn't usually happen again. Like usually, if you have to like seduce him and this and that, and he likes it and he's there, it will continue. But other than that, I mean, you just know it's supposed to be organic, you know?
Yeah, y'all supposed to be on the same wavelength. Like y'all, we are both you know,
Chemistry.
I got have to have a lot of chemistry with each other, sexually, especially, because if I'm not sexually attracted to you, I damn sure ain't having sex with you. So that's just me, because I'm not attracted to you that way, and I would tell you. I'm not going to just sit there and be like, I'm not going to tell her, but I'm gonna have sex with her. No, I would damn well not attract her, but then I'm gonna call her a jump off and cover it up.
Exactly. That's some low.
And so if a woman, so you're basically saying if a woman has to make the first move the second time, it may play with her mentally as to say, yo, I'm doing this a second time. Do I look like a jump?
You can't be so hard on yourself, ladies, you know? Don't look at it like that, you know? Just just, know that that's something for that night for you to scratch that itch. And, if you can call him, then if it's your booty call, then take power, take ownership. But it's like, I don't have a real man. I have a booty call. I have someone that I can call. He's not gonna call me. He's not gonna be that guy for me, but he'll be that guy for me. You know what I mean?
For that night.
And that's just who that guy is. And if that's not what you're looking for, you really, I feel like people need to be very more present than what they are. Like, people want to look at relationships and like situationships with people too far ahead. Mm-hmm. Be in the now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is who he's being for you right now. Maybe in one of those nights he'll see that you're wonderful and he'll want to do more with you. But in the meantime, again, take what people are giving you, and if you want to keep on taking it, you keep on taking what they're giving you. And if they offer you more, great.
I was so shocked to hear this, man. And it showed me that there is a problem in New York State. And the reason why there's a problem in New York State is because we are not saving people's lives through other people's body parts.
Really?
Yes. And I know it's weird to talk about body parts after the last topic, but but in New York State, we are last when it comes to, check this out. It says, anybody in New York State 16 years old and older can enroll to be an anatomical, did I say that right? Anatomical donor. As of now, New York State is last in donor registrations. Would you donate? And think about it. If we are last, sorry people, that was my phone. If we are last, that means that there is no, we don't have opportunities the way other states do to save other people's lives. What if people need a liver? What if people need, whatever? And we're coming up short here in New York State.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
So it's like, do you have any objections to that? Like, would you register to be a donor?
I'll be honest with you. A few years ago, I heard this myth, right? And I'm sure it's a myth, but this is what I heard. That when you get into an accident and they see in your license that you're an organ donor, they don't try as hard to keep you alive so that they can get your body parts.
That's a myth that I think everybody has heard.
So that scared me, and so I never do it because of that, honestly. And I did before I heard that I used to, but now I'm scared. I guess that's just bad. That's bad thinking, right? Yeah.
But hey, it's thinking though. I mean, you know,
it's crazy. That's crazy.
What do you think, Christine?
You know, at this point, that it's like nothing surprised me anymore at this point. So I'm not going to donate. I'm scared just like her. I don't know.
Right. Now, see, is that myth, right, that everybody has heard of, is that messing us up from really saving people's lives? Like, what if someone doesn't have a chance of living and they got like 3 body parts that somebody else could use and could live a whole life or 3 whole lives? You know, in New York State, I mean, we live here and it's like, you know, God forbid it's you that needs a body part. You know, I wonder what we can do to kind of, I think what we need to do is go into that myth. We need to start checking up on that, Sue.
Hey, I got my Google computer right here. Let me Google it.
I really think that, you know, if people feel that way, then the government of New York have to be more transparent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on us. It's on them. They're the ones that have to, you know, make it transparent to, you know, to get this thing going here. Because if people feel threatened,
yeah,
why would they do such?
Yeah, you know? I mean, and I think it's a myth, bro. It has to be a myth. Come on. People, okay, you work at a hospital. Don't the doctors have to report like the cause of death and like obviously it's in the records, body parts, the way the body functions. We pretty much have enough technology to know what could be done under any circumstances right now for any human being at this point that's in danger of losing its life. You know, so to say, what I mean by that is that, okay, you're at the hospital, you got into a car accident, you know, the left side of your body was crushed. What can they do to cure you? You know, they're going to have to document everything that they did. And I don't think they're really looking at your ID, like, yo, are you an organ donor or not? Like, they have to document everything.
Well, right. They do have to document everything. Actually, this is where I actually heard about this topic. I heard about this topic at the hospital. And that's where I found out that, you know, New York State is actually last because they went around actually asking people if they wanted to donate and register. So, I mean, the fact that they're asking people, and this is a quote unquote new initiative, because it has to come from the government in order for them to really be doing this. But what I do think, though, is that if somebody does need a body part, I think it has to be transparent. And when somebody dies of an injury that has registered to donate, I think they have to be transparent on why that person died.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if there's some kind of website or something like that, you know, but I think that's something that people should know about. We'll be right back, people.
We on the wave and we can't stop now. We on the wave and we can't stop now. Models up in here, got their hands in the air, got bottles in the air. It's a party up in here. We on the wave and we can't stop now. We on the wave and we can't stop now. Models up in here, got their hands in the air, got bottles in the air, it's a party up in here. Only code is respect yourself. Jewelry's a must to express yourself. Models up in here, just relax yourself. More models getting paid that enhance your wealth. Only the real is the card you dealt. Stripe after stripe, put it under your belt. Mommy getting paid, blowing up like grenades. Living model life, no time for the shade. We on the wave and we can't stop now. We on the wave and we can't stop now. Models up in here, got their hands in the air, got bottles in the air, it's a party up in here. We on the wave and we can't stop now. We on the wave and we can't stop now. Models up in here, got their hands in the air, got bottles in the air, it's a party up in here. What's a slow beat to you?
You want me to describe it? Or
Like it.
Let me stop.
Yeah, we was ready to go.
Nah.
Hey, welcome back to the Lady Google Show. And how's everybody?
I think everybody's good. Sue?
Good over here.
Okay.
That's good it is. And ladies, since we're being candid, you know what I mean? This whole conversation is candid. This whole episode is candid. I just wanted to go over the good and bad of being honest. You know, like when COVID hit this year, I really I got more honest with people, you know, and anyway, you could go back previous shows and I'm talking about how COVID hit and how I'm turning a new leaf and like that. But it's true. Since COVID hit, I kind of look at things a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? When you see people die in front of you, it's kind of like you're like, whoa, like everything becomes kind of different. And I feel like when you're honest with people, it takes a lot off your heart. It takes a lot off your shoulders. You know, because if you have good intentions, if one has good intentions, and they are honest, how can you pretty much go wrong?
A lot can go wrong because I am that honest person. You know, I never like lying, so I always told people the truth. People get mad at me for it, you know, because they'd be like, well, I asked for your opinion. And I'm like, well, I gave you my opinion. Being honest about it. I'm not going to sit there and make you feel good about yourself or comfortable to feel, okay, I'm just going to lie to you every time you ask me everything. Like, I'm like, okay, be honest. But know that I'm that real person, that real friend or real lover that's going to tell it to you straight instead of just putting you in a situation that you should have saw coming in the first place. So, you know, for me, it causes a lot of problem because it can make that person feel like, oh, you're being an asshole because you're just, you know, I don't know why you talk to me. Like, 'cause they think you're saying it with an attitude instead of you're like, no, I'm not saying it with an attitude. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I think people are used to people just, you know, saying how, you know, I think people are used to just people just, you know, telling them a lie every 24 hours just to make them feel better. That's just my opinion.
But you know what, Sue? I'm thinking that some people want to just go along, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to go along, right? If you really think about it, you know, you want to have a smooth interaction with people. You want to, you know, you don't really want to devastate anybody or anything like that. You know, you're trying to, you know, you're just trying to get along with people. What's the good and bad to that?
Just like Christine said, some people can't take it.
They can't handle the truth, like.
But you know what? Isn't it though how you put it? Like if somebody says, yo, they bought a new outfit, They try it on in front of you. They present themselves. They do a little spin, you know, whatever, and they think, right? They ask you how you like it. You can be like, nah, that is trash. Or or you could be like, well, you know, if you kind of break it with a
You have to switch up when you talk. Like I had to do that, you know, because sometimes I did sound like I was being an asshole. So I had to learn how to switch my words up a little bit, just so it won't be so harsh. It could be like, oh, babe, maybe the shoes don't go with something, or maybe you need to change the pants, or I don't like the time. You know, I give you suggestions. Like I won't say, ooh, bitch, like it's like you need to take that off. You ain't going outside with me. Like I would never say it like that. So I sugarcoat it a little bit, just to so it won't be that bad. And that's you know, not lying. It's just like, okay, for me to not become a complete to this person, let me just word it different.
Isn't it true, Sue, that some honest people, where the rub is that they'll say it to they don't use the decoration of words to
The
bring it
sugar
home.
coat?
Well, no, I won't say sugarcoat, but I will say the decoration of words to bring it home to somebody about exactly what they talking about.
Some people don't got it in them, you know. Some people, you know, don't even have that delicacy. It's like it's like a delicacy. It's like you have to be delicate with the other person. And some people are not like that, and they're just raw. And then they can insult someone who's very delicate, you know, who's very, you know, sensitive.
Yo, there's a lot of people walking around with they heart on their shoulder, if you will. Like there's a lot of people who, they're very intense. They have a lot of things going on in their life. And the least little thing that somebody says can really affect them in different ways that people
It sets them off. Like it just sets them like that. They always wear their emotions on their sleeve so much that you can see it. Like it's like they make it obvious a little bit. So now you see the insecurity. You start seeing certain things, or you start seeing, okay, they going through a lot, because you could tell by the eyes, or you know how they moving and talking,
right.
And you be like, okay, that person is going through something, and I don't know what it is, but he is stressed out. Like something is messing with him. But you know, it's certain people that see that, and me being honest, you try, but then it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna baby you or say, you know, make you feel better at this point when I know I'm telling the truth to help you out instead of just lying to you, and then it blows up in your face, and then you be mad at me because you be like, oh, why you didn't tell me the truth? Why you just didn't keep? I was trying, but you ended up getting pissed at me because of it. I just told you a lot. Like I just made you feel better instead. You know.
I think Christine just talked about the rub again. Like no, seriously, because you got some people will appreciate somebody telling them the truth before they went outside looking like a, you know what I'm saying? Then you got some people that need it all wrapped up in a bun and shit. Like they need all these different things, and it's a messed up situation because it leads them to a negative space. And then if it leads them to a negative space, it could lead the people around them to a negative space. So my point is that how do you handle something like that, Sue?
I still honestly don't know the right answer for that, because just like how you said, like I am on the other end of that spectrum, right? So it's like very open-minded. You know, if you tell me something you did wrong, you sorry, okay, no problem. You sorry, you know? So for me to hold grudges, to like, you know, condemn somebody for being honest, that's very hard. Like I don't think that will ever be me. But I have been a victim of somebody punishing me for my honesty. And it was unfortunate, man. It was someone very dear to my heart, you know, and we broke up. And then when we broke up, I did my thing. And then when we were talking again to get back together, I told him what I did. And he didn't want to forgive me after that. I'm like, what do you mean? We weren't together. We broke up. But I respect you so much. And I knew that this would bother you so much that I couldn't keep it a secret. I had to tell you what I did. But you couldn't see that I was honestly being so honest that you took it the other way. Now, you took it as me not thinking that you ain't that. Like a guy would see it as like, oh, she must think I ain't shit because she's telling me she did this. To me, it was like, nah, I was just really respecting you and didn't want you to look like an asshole. When we went out there and people looked at you like, you know, she did this the other day, right? I did do something. I know, and I was sorry. We weren't together.
You know what? Honesty can break.
So what do you think about that?
I could tell. Look, I had a best friend did that to me too. So she wanted to know because she was married. She was like, "Well, I want to know if he's cheating on me or not." And she would tell me scenarios of him coming home late at certain things, and it was certain days where he was like, he don't come home, or he looks at me disgusted. I was like, okay, definitely off the bat, he might be cheating on me. Because if he don't come home either that night or the next day, then something's not right there. She got mad at me because she wanted my opinion about her relationship. I told the truth, and she didn't talk to me for 5 years.
Oh my God. You see, you're sensitive people. She didn't want to hear the truth. She wasn't ready for the truth.
Okay.
That's what it is. I guess sometimes you break the truth to people that are not ready to hear the truth, and the hurt, the actual hurt that they're feeling in their eyes feels like it came from you. Not from the situation, from the factual situation, but just from you, the person that's speaking the words and the person who they heard those words from that created those emotions for them. You know?
But to me, that only happens when it comes to somebody talking about one's relationship. It never happens when it comes to clothes or it comes to cars or it comes to... It does happen, though, sometimes when it comes to kids.
Yeah.
Kids and relationships.
You're being a bad parent.
Exactly.
But you know what's funny though? You know why that happens too with the kids? Because a lot of times when you're telling them something that they're doing clearly wrong to the rest of society with their kid is usually something that they're blind to in their character also. You know what I mean? So it's like they're doing the same mistakes with their kids, and you're watching it as a third party because in that way it's very clear, right, for someone to point that out. But in their eyes, they're so blinded to that fact that they're doing that wrong that they find that to be an offense.
Yeah, man.
They kids, they don't know right from wrong yet. There's parents that supposed to teach them, like, no, that's not good. This is, this is bad. That's good. You teach them because you're leading them the way. So when they get older, they know how to handle situations, or when somebody's being honest, or, certain other, bad circumstances come. They already know what to do because you already gave them that path already to be like, okay, I taught you. Now I'm going to see how you use that in your adult life. But you can't say that. You can't say certain things to parents with their kids because they get offended,
Where else this happens at? This happens a lot when it comes to business. And I don't just mean entertainment business. I mean business in general, like corporate situations and things of that nature. Like, I think what happens too many times is people take things, it's so deep, ladies and gentlemen. Like to capture that moment and understand that person, you know what it is? People think that there's an ulterior motive attached to the opinion that's being given. And I think that's where the problem is. It's the intention of what somebody is what somebody else is thinking is coming from. But if somebody understood the fact that it's not coming from a intention or a certain motive, maybe the outcome will be a little bit better. You know, like somebody lays a blueprint on the conference desk. They don't work 2 weeks on it. They have this beautiful decoration that you know they spent a month on, if you will. Somebody else comes to the table, sees the blueprint and says, yo, that shit is garbage in so many words. This person is at the height of insulted. It's you know, they're insulted, they're pissed off that this person, and they're pissed off not because that person said that, perhaps. They're pissed off because of the intention of where they thought that person was coming from.
You could definitely put this in many different examples. There's many different examples on that topic, but the truth of the matter is, you know, don't be so delicate and be delicate for both ends of the spectrums, you know? If you're receiving input, have a little bit more tough skin, believe in yourself, you know that the other person could have good or bad intentions. It doesn't matter. Just take in the good and discard the bad. It is what it is, you know? We're here to grow and here to learn from each other.
That's right. Like, comment, share, everybody.
Hey, you're right though. You're right. You know,